Hi, this is Dr. Elizabeth Samantha Rothschild Judge, and I've decided to talk a little bit right now about when I got kidnapped. So there I was in Denver, Colorado, and I had been able to get away from the kidnapper entrapping me to where I would be stuck with him without anybody noticing it was a kidnapping. And I had already reported to the police that the abduction was in progress. So I needed to hide out. And, I was in the tent, so I couldn't really hide out. So one of the Apache Indians from my biological family, who my mom, my mother, Monica Jones, took care of on the land in the reservation area when he was coming up as a kid, Tom. He in Denver. So he decides to put up an 8-man tent and stick my little 2-man tent inside of it so I have my own room. And he gonna stand guard over me because I was telling him someone was after me and I didn't know what was going on and stuff. So he took it like, he could just watch me. So the person knew where I was, and Tom had just left out of the tent to go do whatever. And so I was in the tent by myself. So up rolls the guy and in his vehicle, and Tom's gone. Okay, so I'm kind of like nervous, like, oh my gosh, he's like talking about let's go or whatever. Then Tom returns to the tent. Going off, and I'm talking about what in the world is wrong with Tom. I told him I'm in danger. He ain't even trying to play this cool. He come back to the tent. I know ain't nobody in my tent. So, Tom be outside partying and stuff. So, really, I think he was preparing to go to a party because the night before he had kept the tent all warm and toasty for me and everything. And, so he comes in and I'm like, Tom, will you stop acting like that? But not old Thomas, no. He's still gonna act a fool. And the person was right there. So we had, for protection, a machete in the tent. So I'm like, what you gonna do, Tom? Cut everybody up? Tom draped his arm around the kidnapper's shoulder like it was his best friend. Gave me a few signals on how it was going to be my best out to get away from him and put me out the tent. I said, you putting me out to the kidnapper, no protection or nothing. First of all, got found by the kidnapper because of you. And then got taken away by the kidnapper because of you. And it's not like he was trying to get me kidnapped. He was not a part of any of that went on. Really just an innocent bystander. He was just, knew I was outside. He'd be outside partying, hustling, peddling, whatever, and called himself helping his big sister get away. And so what I said then was, I have to live and survive this. So I could tell by Squally how Tom just sold me out to the kidnapper and let me go. And I'm like, you talk big noise, son. But if it was some Russian spies here to overtake us, you push me to the front of the line. Come on, man. So I just wanted to say, and I know people in Denver, Colorado are catching this, that I'm glad to be safe and I've overcome the trauma from it, but it is still disturbing because that was quite a while to be held hostage at large with nobody knowing but the police, from my reports from when the abduction first went into progress. And I'm just grateful to be safe somewhere, not held hostage, not kidnapped, and forced to be in places against my will. It's bad enough to be at the homeless shelter according to my own free will than to be taken off and have to be somewhere against my will with someone I don't want to be with and don't want to be around, and pretend like I like it. See, like if I don't like someone at the shelter, I don't pretend like I like them. I show my disdain for for their presence if they force or impose their presence on me. Peacefully and quietly, I get away. I avoid people that I don't want to be around, and I don't talk to anyone that I don't want to talk to. For the sake of community, where there's common courtesy, that slip out is not a big deal to me, nothing personal. But I don't have to act like I like anybody or anything, as long as I'm following the policy of the shelter and I'm not being overtly offensive to anyone or even passive aggressive, because I don't do that. I just, if I don't want to sit next to someone or want them next to me, I move. If I don't want to dwell in a certain climate with anyone, I try to find somewhere else to abide, sit on a different couch, or leave out of the room or whatever. But that, I could not get away, and I had to accommodate the presence of a filthy person and even pretend like I was in love with him just to preserve my life, because his intentions were to kill me. All right, so just wanted to say that. Give a shout out to the state of Colorado, the state of Colorado Police, and the Denver Police Department. And I thank you all very much. You all be blessed.